Sorry, everyone. I'm glad some people come back on. I was like, I'm probably going to go back on and nobody else is going to be there now. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm back on. Sorry. I can't believe you guys have all just sat and listened to me for an hour. I can't believe I've been on for a whole hour. That has been amazing. So somebody just said, I wonder if that lady's on. Who asked about the children? Was it you? Trying to find your granola recipe on Instagram so I can share it. Yeah, I'll try and share it, the granola recipe, but it's so easy. Literally, it's mixed nuts, mixed seeds, 2 cups of oats, and then I just cover in either coconut oil or honey and then some cinnamon on the top. So what was the question, sorry? Was it good foods to eat for children that need to lose some weight? Let me just cover that question again. Quickest hour ever, such amazing words. And oh, that's lovely, Catherine. I love that. It's nice that you've had an hour to yourself. That's not very normal. So I think the lady a minute ago was just asking about some foods for children. And this is like a really big, and I'm really glad you asked, because sometimes people say to me, so I say, well, you've had chocolate and you've had crisps and you've had this and you've had that this week. And they're like, I'm really sorry. And I just say, why is it in the house? And they're like, well, we need it in the house for the children. And then it's like, hang on a minute. If it's not good for you, it's not good for the children. Now, that's like a really ignorant almost response to make, because I have 2 children, so I know that you want to have things in the house for them. However, I kind of feel like it's changing the norm for them. Now, if you want to help your kids, the way you can help them is not to have like too much of that stuff in the house. So if I'm talking about Harry, so my 2-year-old, he is like chocolate mad. He is like nuts for chocolate. So if he knew it was in the cupboard, I know he would wait until I wasn't in there and he would go in there and he would get it out. I know he would. He's like so sugar fixed. So what we've started buying is, I don't know whether any of you shop at Lidl. So at Lidl at the till, they've got like these little cacao and orange balls, which are like protein balls. And he loves those. Now, I definitely don't mind him having a little bit of that. I would have that. If I was having a treat, I would absolutely have that. I make sure in the cupboard that any crisps we have are like veggie crisps and stuff like that. They're not really, like, don't get me wrong, I will every now and again like buy us all some lovely crisps and stuff. I'll always make sure there's fruit in the cupboard, in the fridge. And one thing for the kids is like, Harry's always like, I've got a sweet tooth, I've got a sweet tooth. And I love making him just like fruit salads and making them really funny, really yummy, but also like red grapes. So if me and Josh are like, oh, I could really do with something sweet right now, we'll get a punnet of red grapes out and we will literally at the end of that just be like, yeah, that absolutely hit the spot. I think sometimes we just tell ourselves what we want. It's almost like, oh my God, I'd love some crisps or I'd love some chocolate. And actually, like, you don't really need it as such. And I know that's like really easy to say that, but I think with your kids' diets, there's so many lovely books out there. And I also think it's like really hard. Like if your 11-year-old needs to lose some weight, but actually her diet or his diet is really good, don't stress so much. Like Casey, I probably shouldn't say this, but Casey, my eldest, 17, nearly 18, really struggled with his weight in like the school years. And it was really funny because as a PT, it was like, God, this is like really pressuresome that like my child's struggling with his weight. And he used to get like really upset because all of his friends would be out like skinny as rags, all be eating like really naughty foods. And he was just like, I can't do it, Mum. Like if I do it, I'm just going to put more weight on. He really used to struggle with his weight. And his dad used to say to me, Ange, he'll be just like me. As soon as he hits 16, he'll literally just change overnight. And my God, did he. Like, I know he's joined the Navy, so he's been training a lot, but that happened before he was training. His body shape just changed. So I kind of think like, it's a really nice time to be really kind to your children. And if you know that their diet is good and that they are eating good foods, don't stress. And I know for your child, it's probably quite hard if their weight is like a real struggle for them. However, if they are struggling with their weight and they are being naughty, the best thing that you can do is make sure that the foods that they're eating are natural foods, okay? If you're having spaghetti bolognese, make it from scratch. find out what they love and Google some like recipes. If they love like curry, like find a nice homemade curry. Like we love curries in this house all the time. The kids love curry. So all of our curries are made from scratch. And that sounds like, if you're not normally doing that and you're eating out of a jar a lot, that seems like such a massive task, but it's really not. It's so easy. And curries are basically, you just need your paste in there and some coconut milk and some tomatoes if you like a tomato curry. And then you just fill it up with all the things you love. Kind of get your child, girl or boy, involved in like, right, we're going to start making some better versions of what you like. So if she likes chocolate cake, like find a nice recipe that actually isn't too bad, or make some granola bars, or make something that's going to fuel her, but also she feels like it's really nice. And use that treat night to say to her, right, on Saturday night you can have whatever you want. Like have something that's really yummy. Definitely don't teach them at 11 that they should feel bad about eating good food and naughty food, okay? Teach them where nutrition comes from. Teach them that we have to cook from scratch. This is the stuff that our bodies can utilise. This is what it wants for nutrition. This is what it wants for, a head to work well. Teach them about sleeping well, about looking after their body, and also teach he or she about exercise, because this all works for kids and adults. If you are eating less and moving more, for her or him, that will really help. And I kind of think if you do it together, what a lovely thing to do, to be a parent and help out. So hopefully that's given you some advice. I'll just have a look at some of the other questions. 11-year-old girl. So also like, she's going to be like really hormonal at the moment. An 11-year-old girl is going to be so hormonal. So you just want to make sure that it's all about loving and nourishing her and just helping her get through it. But anything else you want to know, feel free to send me a little private message. I'm going to cut my breakfast fruit for sure. I've always had natural yogurt, but with loads of fruit. I'm a vegetarian, so very conscious of protein, but sometimes think I don't get enough. So Amanda, you would be perfect person to start getting some granola, some homemade granola on the top of that yogurt. So if you always have it, you could still have a little bit of your fruit. I don't want to make people like really shy away from fruit. But I think if your main portion of breakfast is fruit, then you're just going to have that sugar spike. And like Caroline said, definitely get some cinnamon on it to help with that. But definitely get some homemade granola. Like the homemade granola is so easy. And definitely shop at Lidl for your nuts and your seeds for it, because it is a perfect way of kind of keeping the cost down on that. The Lidl cacao and orange balls are delicious. I literally love them. Casey loves them too. Grapes and sliced banana in the freezer are great snacks. Fruit is such a great snack. Like in my fridge, I always have like pineapple. So what's pineapple cost? £1. I always cut it up and have it there. And when I really am like craving something sweet, just amazing. Like it just hits the spot. And it's cost me £1. It's so good. Okay, I have to go for an appointment. Will this part be recorded too? Yes, definitely, it'll be recorded too. Struggle with granola for breakfast and you have an allergy to nuts and eggs. Any nut-free options? You could still go with like the Greek yogurt options. Did you say you've got an allergy to nut and eggs? I mean, how gutting is that when you're trying to go like really high protein? But you can also make like granola bars without the nuts. You could use like your oats, and you could use some like dried fruits and stuff like that. So that's definitely not the only option. It sounds really crazy, but like I used to eat a lot of like steak for breakfast, and it's high protein. And I know there's vegetarians out there, so that won't be your thing. However, like don't like kind of disregard meat and fish as breakfast options. There's definitely so much out there. And also just Googling like breakfast options when you have a nut. I literally can't imagine if I had a nut and egg. Claire, that's like really upsetting that you've got so much that you can't have a look. But I will have a look and I will send you through some ideas, lovely. But definitely smoothies are like a great idea for you as well, because smoothies are just, get some lovely almond milk and get some stuff in it. The easy one is the banana and the peanut butter. Try and use like a nice nut butter opposed to like a really full of sugar peanut butter. But you can just use anything on those. The almond butter, oh, you can't have the nuts. Just the banana one. So the kids love just a banana milkshake. So sometimes I just put almond milk, a banana in. And that would be really easy for you. And you could just add in then your seeds. You could just put some flaxseed and chia seeds and stuff like that in it, just to get like lots of protein in there. Okay, so I'll think of some other ideas for you as well. Avocado, I mean, who doesn't do avocado? And just because you can't have eggs doesn't mean you can't have avocado. And actually, avocados are great in a smoothie because they make it really thick and yummy. So that could be something for you. That's really, really gutting that you can't have that. Thank you for the chat. Motivating. I'm 65 and feel quite fit and have lost some weight. I love your sessions. Oh, I love you too, Patricia. Bye, everyone. See you next week. Thank you so much. Right, well, I think we've covered the questions. If anybody does have any questions or starts to do this, goes and buys themselves a journal and like really feels excited that they've put this all together and gets any results, please keep me updated. I really hope this has helped you all. I've loved doing it. I can't believe we've been on like an hour and 15 minutes. But definitely I think we need to do some more of these. So this would be a really good idea to get involved. But yeah, go back, make a list. So I'll try and put into a written format, so like a picture of the ways to increase your metabolism and my top advice. So hopefully you'll all love it and you'll all do really well. So thank you, Angie. Brilliant session. Glad I was able to drag myself out of bed. Oh, bless you. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Helen. Lovely to have you all on, and can't wait to hear about your new changes in your lifestyles to hopefully get you some amazing results. Good luck with your little girl. Let me know how you get on, and any advice you need, just give us a message. That would be lovely. Thank you so much. Great to have some tips to work through this week. Remember, you don't have to do all of them. Just pick a couple and work to it. Oh, thank you, Caroline, and thank you for your cinnamon tip. I'm going to be putting cinnamon on everything now. Very helpful. So grateful for all the workouts and this. Yeah, me too. And I get back to PT next week. I will post tonight about next week's workouts, which are going to be weighty ones. So barbells, dumbbells, kettlebells. Yes. Have a lovely weekend all, and I will see you soon. Thank you, Vicky. Bye, guys.